They called him the Invisible Royal, a husband who stayed in the shadows, building a global empire while his wife managed the family storm. But in May 2026, the silence surrounding his business has finally broken. While Beatrice was recently spotted in London, visibly hit hard by the back-to-back crises rocking the House of York, her husband was thousands of miles away, overseeing luxury developments in Florida and Los Angeles. But it's not just the distance raising eyebrows, it's a series of sudden, quiet moves behind the scenes that have royal watchers on high alert. From deleted social media posts to questions about who is truly funding his $250 million projects, the polished exterior of this high society marriage is facing its most dangerous test yet. Stay with us until the end of this video, because we've uncovered a specific financial detail that might explain why he's choosing his business over royal duty right now, and what it means for the future of the family. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines and see the truth behind the palace walls, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you in our community as we peel back the layers of this developing story. The perfect image of a royal marriage didn't just crack, it shattered in a matter of days. While the world was focused on the heavy headlines surrounding the family back in London, a very different story was unfolding thousands of miles away in the sun-drenched streets of Florida. Reports suggest that as the pressure at home reached a boiling point, the man the public once called the Golden Husband was nowhere to be found. Instead, he was spotted at exclusive beachside spots, looking more like a man on vacation than a husband supporting his wife in her darkest hour. But this isn't just about a poorly timed business trip. Insiders say that behind those luxury Florida meetings, there is a growing sense of panic. For years, he was praised for his self-made empire. Yet new questions are surfacing about the true source of his funding. It is claimed that the timing of his sudden departure from the UK wasn't a coincidence at all, but a calculated move to distance his brand from the deepening scandal. Every time the cameras caught a glimpse of him in Miami, the tension back in London grew. While his wife was visiting cancer patients and putting on a brave face for the public, rumors indicate that the phone calls between them were becoming shorter and more infrequent. He was busy overseeing a private jet project and high-stakes developments, seemingly prioritizing his investors over the crown. The most shocking part, it's not just the distance that's causing a rift. According to sources close to the circle, a specific set of financial records has recently been moved, and the names attached to those documents are raising alarms in the highest offices of the land. Just as he began deleting his digital tracks, a new player emerged in the shadows, one who knows exactly why he left the country so abruptly. But to understand why he's running now, we have to look back at the life he walked away from just weeks before he joined the royal family, and the woman who says he left as soon as the bigger opportunity arrived. The transition from his old life to his royal one wasn't just fast, it was almost instantaneous. While the public was introduced to a polished, noble businessman in late 2018, insiders say the reality behind the scenes was far more complicated. Just weeks before the world learned about his relationship with the royal house, he was allegedly still sharing a home with his former fiancée, a high-achieving architect and the mother of his young son. According to reports, the news of his new romance came as a total shock to those closest to his previous partner, with some claiming she only found out the relationship was truly over when photos of the new couple hit the press. This wasn't just a simple breakup. It was the total dismantling of a family unit that had been together for years. Rumors indicate that the timeline of when one relationship ended and the other began is much tighter than the official narrative suggests. It is claimed that during the very months he was reconnecting with his future wife, he was still deeply embedded in his life with the woman who had helped build his early career. But as he stepped into the royal spotlight, the curiosity surrounding his past only intensified. Why was there such a rush to move on? And more importantly, why did the woman he left behind suddenly begin speaking about the stages of grief and the need to survive? Some believe that the pressure to join the inner circle required a clean break that was anything but clean in reality. As the new couple prepared for their quiet 2020 wedding, many noticed that the golden husband was undergoing a massive professional transformation as well. His property business, which reportedly faced significant hurdles just years prior, was suddenly securing nine-figure deals in the world's most expensive zip codes. However, as we moved into 2026, that meteoric rise began to attract a different kind of attention. It turns out that the same polished business image that helped him win over the public might be the very thing now putting his future in jeopardy. Just as he began distancing himself from the family drama in London, a series of overlooked financial connections from his past started to resurface, and they point toward a group of investors the Crown has spent years trying to avoid. The nine-figure empire he built almost overnight is now facing a scrutiny so intense it's threatening to pull the entire house down. For years, the narrative was simple: a self-made property mogul with a noble title expanding his reach into the most exclusive markets on earth. But reports suggest that the golden husband wasn't just selling luxury apartments, he was selling access. As his business connections expanded into Miami, Dubai, and Mumbai, insiders say that the names on his client lists began to look less like high society figures and more like a map of global controversy. The mystery deepens when you look at the timing of his most recent escape. While his wife's family was dealing with a series of public crises in London, he was allegedly finalizing deals for a $250 million project with amenities so extravagant they almost feel like a distraction. We're talking about private whiskey rooms, champagne lounges, and even free electric vehicles for owners. But property analysts have started asking a chilling question: where is that money actually coming from? Rumors indicate that some of these massive developments have ties to individuals with highly questionable financial records, the exact type of people the Crown has worked tirelessly to distance itself from. It is claimed that several of these investors weren't interested in the real estate at all, but rather the royal stamp of approval that came with the man at the top. Every time he boards a private jet for another high-level meeting in Florida, the whispers in London grow louder. Is he building a future for his family, or is he building a life raft for himself? Just as the public began to notice his sudden absence from royal events, his online presence took a sharp, suspicious turn. Posts were quietly scrubbed, captions were changed, and then the silence became deafening. But the digital blackout was only the beginning, because while he was busy hiding his tracks, a new batch of secret documents was being prepared for release. Documents that link his current business success to the very scandal he's been trying to outrun. And what these papers reveal about his secret meetings in Miami will change everything you thought you knew about this marriage. The digital blackout was only the beginning. In early 2026, as the headlines in London turned from bad to worse, the man known for his active social media presence suddenly went quiet. Reports suggest that he began scrubbing his Instagram, deleting recent posts about a lavish trip to Los Angeles and stopping his regular updates entirely. For a CEO whose brand relies on high-level visibility, this sudden move into the shadows has sparked intense speculation. Insiders say this wasn't just a break from the noise, it was a strategic retreat. While he was disappearing from the digital world, he was physically reappearing in one of the most exclusive corners of the globe. It is claimed that he has spent weeks on Fisher Island, a high-security retreat off the coast of Miami that is only accessible by private ferry or air. Rumors indicate that while his wife was holding the family together in the UK, he was busy overseeing a multi-million-dollar luxury development, surrounding himself with a small group of high-net-worth investors. But the choice to remain 4,000 miles away during a historic family crisis has led many to wonder if he is distancing himself from more than just the media. The tension between his professional ambition and his royal obligations is reportedly reaching a breaking point. Sources close to the situation suggest that his own family is furious at how his name is being caught up in the fallout back home. It is believed that he is caught in an impossible position, trying to protect a global brand that requires a spotless reputation, while his wife's family faces an unprecedented legal storm. Every time a new photo surfaces of him at an upscale beachside spot or a luxury construction site, the rift seems to grow wider. According to reports, even the couple's friends are divided, with some insisting the distance is purely logistical, while others claim he is pulling away at the very moment he is needed most. But just as the world began to question the state of the marriage, the couple made a very public move that many believe was a carefully staged message to the public. And yet, that single dinner in London might not be enough to stop what's coming next, because as we look at the projects he has lined up for the rest of 2026, from New York to Dubai, there is one shocking detail in his business plan that could change his relationship with the crown forever. The carefully maintained image of unity is finally failing, and for the first time, we're seeing what happens when a royal marriage meets a total social lockdown. While official sources point to a single dinner in London this past March as proof that everything is fine, the reality on the ground in May 2026 tells a much more fractured story. Reports suggest that the man once inseparable from his wife has been noticeably absent from her side during some of her most difficult public moments this year. While she was recently spotted looking visibly hit and vulnerable while carrying her own suitcases outside St. James's Palace, he was allegedly thousands of miles away, focused on expanding a business empire that seems to thrive even as her family's reputation sinks. But the distance isn't just physical, it's professional. Insiders say that as doors begin to close for the family in London, he is reportedly questioning the dynamic of a marriage that was once his biggest asset but is now becoming a liability to his social standing. Rumors indicate that his recent shift from a man once facing significant debt to a mogul with a multi-million-dollar turnover was fueled by the access his marriage provided. Access that is now rapidly disappearing. It is claimed that his own family and investors are pressuring him to make a choice: remain loyal to a house under fire or protect the global brand he has worked so hard to build. Every time he reacts to a family milestone with a simple emoji on social media, instead of standing by his wife's side, the whispers of a strategic separation grow. It is believed that the silence from his camp isn't just a PR tactic, but a sign of a deeper rift that no amount of staged restaurant sightings can fix. While his wife tries to maintain a brave face for the public, sources suggest the golden husband is already looking toward a future that doesn't involve the weight of a royal title. The true breaking point, however, isn't happening in a palace or a courtroom. It's happening in the fine print of his latest international contracts. Because as we look closer at his plans for the rest of 2026, we've found a series of quiet legal filings that suggest he's preparing for a life that is entirely independent of the crown. And the details of his new solo venture in the US might be the final piece of the puzzle. As we look toward the end of 2026, the silence from their camp is the most telling sign of all. Some believe a major announcement is already being drafted, while others claim the separation has already begun in everything but name. The invisible royal may have finally found the one thing more valuable than a title: his own independence. But what do you think? Is he a savvy businessman protecting his children's future, or a man making a strategic escape when things got too heavy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden side of the royal world, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're constantly uncovering the stories the palace would rather keep quiet, and we'd love to have you along for the journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.